Hey everyone, it's Santi here and welcome back to another video. So for this week, I thought that I would actually answer all of your questions regarding binders because the video that I posted on how to measure yourself for a binder got super popular and I got tons of comments and questions on there. So I thought that I would consolidate them all for you and just kind of do like a binder FAQ, FYI, whatever you want to call it, video. I've also taken some questions from TikTok as well. If you don't follow me there, then go ahead and do so. You can see some of my cheesy style tutorials and other information. I've got a bunch of questions here. I am going to read them and respond to them. If you've got any more questions or if there's anything that hasn't been answered that you'd like to know, then pop them down in the comments and I'll do another video probably next month. So yeah, on that note, let's get right into it. So the first question I got was, how long do you wear a binder in a day? So it's recommended that you don't wear your binder for any more than 8 hours a day. Definitely take breaks in between. So even if you're at work or at school, uni, wherever you are, even if you can just go into the toilets or into the washroom for 5 minutes and just take it off and just have a bit of a breather, that would be amazing. Doing any kind of back stretches, do not sleep with your binder. So yeah, just kind of taking breaks, but max 8 hours a day, no more than that. If you can do less, that would be amazing. So ways to do it for less time is if you're in the morning, like getting ready and you're prepping your breakfast and all of that, what I would do is sort of do all of your morning chores first, and then right before you're about to leave the house, I'd pop your binder on and your shirt on. So that's just a little tip for you. So this isn't a binder wearing related question, but I did want to address it. So someone asked, how often do you restock the binders on your website? So for those of you who don't know, I've partnered with GC2B to provide chest binders to transmasculine folks across the UK. So I've launched the Gender Shop, which stocks binders. And for a £10 donation, you can reserve a binder. The £10 goes towards administrative fees, operational costs, post and packaging, things like that. I can't guarantee stock. So Gender Swap as a whole is primarily run by me, one person. So if you want to know more about stock, products, anything to do with the Gender Shop, then I'd really advise you to go to the website. I'll plunk it down here. Go to the shop page, go to the bottom of the page and look at the facts section of the page where I basically give you all of the information you need to know. So go check it out. All right, so next question. I'm not actually doing any usernames or anything like that. I'm gonna scratch them out. So this is completely anonymous. I don't want anyone to be outed on the net. So what should I do if I don't have anything to measure with? I just came out to my older cousin and she says she can get me a binder, but I don't know my size. So it's recommended that you do get a measuring tape. You can buy one on Amazon, eBay. I think you can pretty much find one at the pound shop, craft stores, sewing supply stores. Get yourself a soft measuring tape. I'll put one up here so you know what I'm talking about. That's the only way basically to accurately measure yourself. There's no other way really, unless you have a binder that worked for you from the same company and you just want to reorder it, that's fine. But if you're measuring yourself for the first time, you absolutely just need to get yourself a measuring tape. So go get yourself one. This is a comment I got and I also just wanted to acknowledge it, but it says, not me watching these videos and knowing I can't get a binder because my parents are transphobic and I can't buy my own one. So I'm sending love out to you and I'm really sorry that is really difficult, but I did want to just kind of give you some tips on maybe how you can bind or flatten your chest without a binder. So two main ways that I recommend is you can layer up a sports bra, so one the front side and then one turned around with the racer back in the front to compress. I also really like these tank tops or vests that you can get that have like an additional sort of layer along the chest. I think they're actually meant for like girls, I guess, that have like that want like a built-in little bandeau bra, but I actually just use them because it's got a really good thick elastic and it's got this extra layer of fabric that just adds something on top. So those are ways as well. In the meantime, if you can't get yourself an actual binder, those are safe ways to at least maybe work on flattening your chest with just some clothing. This one is a really, really good one, and I'm getting it a lot, so I'm glad someone's actually asked it. So it says, help please, what should I do if my chest is a size small, 85 centimeters, and my shoulders, 53 centimeters, size XL fit? I have broad shoulders, but I don't know what to do. So I definitely recommend measuring yourself over just to make sure. And remember that you're taking the largest measurement of your chest. Oh, sorry, motorcycle went by. So the largest chest measurement, if you go and check out my video, I keep saying I'm going to link it here. I don't know how to do it, but I'll try for this one. In the binder measurement video that I post, I show you that there's 3 different sections of your chest that you should measure. Top, middle, where the most chest tissue is, and underneath. Everyone's sort of built differently, but you need to take the highest measurement out of those 3 as your chest measurement, and then size it up to your shoulders. Now, if your shoulder measurement is bigger than your chest measurement, you have to go with the higher size, which is your shoulder measurement. If not, you won't be able to actually get it on over top of your shoulders. It will also cause a lot of strain with the fabric pulling down. And you might, like I said, you might not even be able to get it over your shoulders because your shoulders would be broader. So you definitely have to go with the size that your shoulders would fit into. So most often the binder does work. I think that it's scary to look at the sizes and think, oh my gosh, what a drastic difference. But the way that it's constructed, they're made for people who do have broader shoulders as well. So there is a binder out there for you. So yeah, definitely just measure yourself and then go with the highest size, shoulder size, if that's your situation. Is it possible for me to wear one shirt while measuring? Yes. So in my original measuring guide tutorial, I indicated that you should definitely measure yourself with as little clothes as possible. For example, measuring myself with this hoodie would just be a waste of time. I will not get the right binder size. If you can wear as minimal clothes as possible to do it, whatever you feel comfortable with, that means that you'll get the most accurate measurement. If you just want to wear one single shirt that's sort of tighter fitting, or it just doesn't have tons of fabric, then you're good to go. Someone asked if my measuring tips work for Underworks binders, and I would say that you should go to the Underworks website and see how their sizing guide works and see what recommendations they have for what parts that you measure. I mean, generally measuring your chest and your shoulders is what you would need for a binder measurement, but the steps that I showed you are specific to G2B standards, so it'd be worth for you to actually check out the company website that you want to purchase from, see what their sizing chart says, and then measure yourself accordingly. A similar question from TikTok I've got here: if I had an extra small chest size but a small in shoulder width, would I get a small? Yes, it bears repeating. Always get the bigger size in terms of your shoulder width, because that is the safest binding situation to be in, and the binder will fit you the best. It will be way too small if you go for a size down. Always size up. I bought the biggest one and it was still too small, and I have a huge chest. This sucks, man. I'm so sorry. I'm sending hugs out your way. That sounds really difficult. Like I mentioned earlier, there are other sort of DIY homemade tips on how to bind. I've also seen on TikTok with someone who had a larger chest who actually used trans tape underneath a binder. I don't know how sustainable that is or how often you can do it, but that is something you can look into. Again, some of the homemade binding tips that I provided earlier would be good with sports bras, layering up on tight vests. I know it's not ideal, but yeah. And also another thing is I would try around different companies. So if if a G2B binder doesn't fit, maybe you want to try Spectrum. Just kind of do your research and see if there's something out there that can work for you. Okay, last question. Someone asked, can you do binding for swimming? Thanks, I already have. So My latest video on trans mask swimwear covers obviously swimming style tips for trans mask folks, but I also have a section in there about where I talk about how you can bind using specific swimming gear. And yeah, so go check it out, go give it a thumbs up, go ask any more questions that you've got on that video, and I'm happy to do another Q&A going forward if you've got any more tips on binding and swimming. So that's all I got for you today. I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that you have learned something new that you didn't before. If you like my content, if you want to see more of this, then definitely hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and the notifications button. You can find me on genderswap_ on socials. You can also hit up www.genderswap.org to check out more about what my organization does. If you do want to find me on socials as well, you can find me at Santi baby. I post just ridiculous selfies most of the time, but feel free to follow me. And yeah, I will see you next week. I hope you all have a good one. Take care.